Hello, Overwatch fans. My name is Spherno, and welcome back to day 2 of the 2020 Overwatch Community Amateur Cup. That is a mouthful. I'm joined by my awesome co-caster Pear.
Ow, that was loud. I wasn't expecting it. My eardrums just burst.
Good. That's what I was looking for. It's that kind of enthusiasm that keeps us in business.
No, it doesn't. It keeps my ears out of business.
Well, you don't need them. You talk, you
I
don't
can't
listen.
hear anymore.
Eh, look at the. You can just use your eyes. You can look at the spikes on my microphone and just assume when I'm talking.
Oh, I sold them to buy ginger ale last year, so I don't actually have eyes either.
Oh, that's fair.
I
But
play Overwatch in Braille.
today we have a very exciting match. We've actually got 4 exciting matches spread across our 4 channels. And here on this channel specifically, you can see above, we are playing the team Washed Up versus Mental Feeders in a best of 4 map setup. So let's take a look at our map pool. Pear, I'll let you take away the map pool.
So, as always in this competition, we play all 4 maps, no matter the result in the first 3. We can end up with a 2-2 draw, this means. So, first map is Lijiang, and then we'll be moving on to Anubis, then on to Rialto, and then ending up in scrims, King's Row. So very strong map pool here, one I particularly would enjoy playing on. We can see a lot of things. We can see dive on Lijiang, we can see the Reinhardt Anubis, you can play a sort of bunkery style, and you can also dive. Rialto is just chaotic, and King's Row is probably my favourite map in the game.
Kings Row definitely going to be my favorite one to watch at the very end. Let's check out our 2 teams, however. Starting off with our first team, Washed Up. We've got Sailboat and Genzo playing the DPS, SFJ and Tekashikimo on tank, and Yumi and Yanala playing the support.
We saw this team play last night on this channel, so I'll be able to pass comment on these, and they looked good.
They did look really good. They looked extremely strong against their opponents, the Paradise Gladiators, so they've got a bit of a weekend title to defend. They are looking to go this weekend 2-0, because if they can, that's one step closer to quarterfinals, one step closer to winning the tournament.
Absolutely. Particularly to highlight the healers playing for Soda Wash Up. They did an incredible job. Yanula and Mayumi both working together to keep everyone topped up, and everyone else also had excellent games.
They did. I didn't get a chance to watch all the games. I saw the VOD of the second or third game that was played, and it was a lot of fun to watch. It was pretty interesting. I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but both teams brought out some really cool compositions. The casting work was fantastic. All around, just a really good stream. But let's take a look at Washed Up's opponents, Mental Feeders. We've got Hero Gaming and Pexi on DPS, Lucio and OpenAI on tank, and Burn and Yeeter bringing up their support line. So, kind of a strong lineup we've got here.
I wouldn't know.
I
I
don't
haven't seen them,
I don't
but
I don't think they played yesterday.
that would definitely mean that we haven't seen them.
Yeah, I think we've seen every other team except this one. This was the only one that I don't believe got a chance to play yesterday, but yeah, that's what I thought. So, um, it'll be interesting to see what kind of compositions they bring to the table. It'll be interesting to see how they're going to play, especially with the new hero Echo, who is in the hero pool. We don't have hero pools, but she's in competitive play right now. So we're going to get to see how these teams use her in a tournament setting. Any
We
thoughts?
saw a bit of that. We saw a bit of that in the Overwatch League earlier. We saw the NYXL not run it for a little bit, but then bring Who Are You onto it, and it was excellent echo play all around earlier on in the day. I can't fault any of it.
Oh, that's
I
fair.
think she's going to be a very interesting and niche hero coming forward.
She really is, and I'm really interested to see how both of these teams decide to implement her into these compositions. If they do, we saw both teams yesterday not exactly fans of using them. I know Paradise Gladiators brought her out several times throughout, but the counter to her always seemed to always seemed to be highly superior. So we're gonna go to a quick break until all of our players are into the lobby, and we'll get back with you guys when we're ready to start Map 1, Lijiang Tower. Welcome back, everybody. We finally got all of our players into the game, and we are ready to start on Lijiang Tower. But before we do that, we're going to let them get their rosters put together and just talk about these two teams and the match ahead.
Indeed, we will. As the Hero Assembly is just about to finish off, we might see a variety of comps. We're playing on Night Market, which lends itself to a lot of things. And we're going to be seeing Washed Up playing the Rhine Zarya, I believe. I'm going to be seeing it mirrored on the side of Mental Feeders. Forgive me as I have to read what the name is. But we're seeing a Pharmacy coming through from the latter team. It's going to be a Hanzo accompanying the McCree over on the side of Washed Up.
A bit of an interesting compositional difference. We actually saw something very similar happen in yesterday's game where Washed Up is running the hit scan and their opponent's trying to run the Pharah Mercy up in the sky and trying to get those good vantage points, especially on Night Market. It's so easy for Pharah to find some use.
On board with the Pharah now, you can see she's poking for some rockets. Hero Gaming looking to get some work done. Not finding too much value as Lucio is put to sleep and SFJ is now safe on the point. He's going to start swinging into the front line of Mental Feeders. Doesn't find too much value though as Lucio falls incredibly low. Getting healed back up as an anti-nade is in onto Jacob. And now SFJ, he can go and swing with a lot less fear. He goes low and there's kills exchanged from both sides, but that's free for the side of Washed Up, and that's probably going to be that as Hero Gaming just poking around the outside of the point trying to get some work done. Gets Naomi really low, but can't finish off the Lucio, and point is capped for the side of Washed Up.
Yeah, a really good rotation from Washed Up right at the beginning, trying to get onto the point as quick as possible because then Mental Feeders had no choice but to push into those doorways.
Hero Gaming gets slapped at the edge of the
well,
map,
that's not even fair.
Yanula falls as well, but Burn is traded out for that, and that was a brilliant sleep from Yanula.
Yeah, and even on control, they're already staggering. They're already mastering the art of staggering, even if it's not a diva that they're necessarily getting that onto.
Now Genzo looking for a flank, but he's playing far too aggressive, and it's found out by Pex, and then Jacob and Kill as well, and Hero Gaming goes in with the triple kill of the barrage, and just like that, the point is flipped, the fight is won.
Way to pop off on the Pharah, Hero Gaming. Now this, we're seeing Washed Up is not, they shut him down the first time. Yenoa, I guess, got lucky or something.
From Hero
there you go. It's Hero Gaming popping off on the Pharah again. Keep it up, man. Keep it up.
They start progressing up this staircase here. He spots out of concussive blast. That, I don't know what I've just seen.
You love to see it, Pear. You'd love to see it.
Oh, Hero Gaming's dead, by the way. I hadn't even noticed that as the grab and the shatter using SFJ and Tekka really starting to get some work done. And now Burn even, he's going to get cut down by the Reinhardt of SFJ. And 2 ults used, 4 in the bank for Washed Up, but point presence and control both from their side.
Yeah, Mental Feeders and Washed Up both equal on the ult economy, but the way that they're using the ults and the specific ults that they have online are going to make all the difference here. We have a Grav and a High Noon.
Strike is in from Genzo. That splits off Lizio from his team, and now SFJ gets the nano boost. He can go and swing in. It's Genzo who cuts down Hero Gaming first. SFJ now doesn't need to be scared. There's not as much damage coming through, but he's going to safely retreat. The fight's already been won. There's no point feeding him for something that isn't needed. Burn gets the resurrection off, but at the cost of his life. Genzo has now killed both parts of this Pharmacy duo. A resurrection from Burn is going to cripple his team first, and now have to wait for the Mercy to respawn. Now there's 92% on the board. Mental Feeders, they've got to go now.
Yeah, a great disengage from Washed Up, letting them set up before the Mental Feeders can get on the point. It makes all the difference.
The huge shatter, and Hero Gaming, he's going to start filling up the kill feed, and Lucio with the nano boost is just going to swing for the hills. Naomi falls as well to Lucio, and the tanks, as well as Hero Gaming, get work done for the side of Mental Feeders.
Wow, Hero Gaming with an incredible barrage. Again, the second or third one that we've seen in just this round. When he gets the opportunity to make the game-changing plays, he's going to take them, and I think that's going to be a very good storyline to follow throughout this match. Hero Gaming just coming in clutch when his team needs it the most.
The hero they needed, but not the one they deserved, as now it's Washed Up's turn to try and attempt to take this point, but Sailboat falling is not going to be good. And now Hero Gaming, he's totally free in the sky. No one can really touch him, especially not Genzo now that he's 6 feet under, as Lucio can go and aggressive with the hammer. Jacob also getting involved in the kill feed. And now we're into really final fight territory by the time that Washed Up can get grouped up and all in order.
Yeah, it is final fight territory, and unfortunately, Mental
No,
Feeders.
he's done it again.
Oh, okay. Well, this.
Goes too close to the edge, and Hero Gaming. It's another cheeky environmental kill coming through from him. When will Washed Up learn? You don't go near an edge with this man on Farah.
The Tracer's looking for a flank. Let's see what he does with it.
Well,
Oh no, he pulls out. He pulls out. He's not gonna risk it. But
give us something fun.
do something. You guys have to make a play right now, or this map is over.
Tekashikimo grabs both tanks, but it's Hero Gaming again with the barrage, picks up Genzo, and then he'll take Sailboat, why not? And now it's SFJ, lays the shatter down onto 2, but there's too much damage coming in from Hero Gaming. No way to mitigate that, and he'll just finish off Naomi for the third time this map, and
Overtime
Mental Feeders come back.
Picks away, and a point goes squarely over to the Mental Feeders. Now, in your opinion, Pear, because I know you have a lot of those, how dominant do you think Mental Feeders looked during that round? Because in my opinion, Washed Up had that opening few fights that they looked like they were very solid. But once Mental Feeders kind of woke up, they got over the nerves of playing this tournament game and came alive. They dominated.
I would have to agree with you. At the start, it definitely looked like Washed Up were going to hit that rhythm again, but Mental Feeders, they came in and they disrupted that with some excellent play in the latter half of that map. And now we're seeing Genzo on the Echo.
Yeah, and of course, we can't always look at the first round and determine how this series is going to go, because we could always see, just like yesterday's game, Washed Up just come alive and right after that first round. So Farah versus Echo duel, both up in the air. But Echo, a little bit easier to get picks with the Echo, unless she's no longer fighting anymore.
Easier to get picked off by the Farah's Hero Gaming does not take a no for an answer. Moving on to this point now, looking for any more people to cut down. He's going to find the Winston. SFJ is just not having a good time against him tonight, and their Mental Feeders can start accruing percentage on this point.
Yeah, Pexi and Hero Gaming playing that Ashe Farah against the Tracer. And now we're seeing the legs. You reset that little bit of ult percentage you have, but now you've got hit scan to take out that Farah. So
he really does.
He almost gets it, but can the rest of his team follow up if he's able to get that pick? That's going to be the real question there.
Yumi. He's going to pressure down Pexi and get him low, and then he's going to finish off Burn, and Sailboat's also going to get involved. Sailboat again picks up 2, now pressuring down Lutzio's Reinhardt. He doesn't last too much longer. Naomi and Sailboat, the Moira Tracer, one of the more unexpected duos of Overwatch, but they'll get the work done on the kill feed and flip the point over for Washed Up.
Very solid fight here. Mental Feeders coming into this fight, the only ult that they're not necessarily going to get online, or if the fight goes a long time might get online, would be the Bob. But Washed Up not in too much of a great spot either. They're going to be down 2 ults.
Deep. That's the promo rage. He pops it. He's going to get the honor off the map. That's a fight one already, and then Lucio dies. Not going to be good news for him, and SFJ's going to go without any restraint. But then he's going to get out as he falls low, and a singular ult invested. Well, they used a Valkyrie as well from Yanula, but 2 ultimates to get up and level. We're playing into 6 from Mental Feeders, though.
Yeah, that's insane, because Mental Feeders, if they can time their ults right, if they can play them the way that I think they're going to play them, then, you know, you're playing into 6 ults. What kind of chance do you really have? You're just going to be overpowered, no question.
See, Burn used the Valkyrie, now Hero Game. He's going to start making his way onto the point. He wraps around the outside. He's got the barrage. The grab is in. Tekka is the only one caught. No, SFJ also gets stuck in the black hole.
But he doesn't use the barrage.
Doesn't need to. He's holding on. Maybe this is a bit of hubris from him, but it seems like he'll get away with that hold. But 62% is now online for the side of Washed Up, which means that it's going to be a long push for Mental Feeders.
It really is. Unfortunately, though, 2 of their members swapping off of their heroes, both tanks going over to something new, which is going to reset ult charge, and now you're not going to have any sustainable tank ults to push into.
It's the same long enough. Hero Games barrage doesn't get anything, but the followed up nanoed rockets do. SFJ succumbing to the pressure of the goddess of the sky and Farah. And now they're starting to pull ahead.
Yeah, we're just crossing that threshold where Mental Feeders is taking the lead here. And they're making really good use of cycling their ultimates. We're seeing none of their ults are below that 50% threshold, meaning within the next 1 or 2 fights, they're going to have them charged up. And Washed Up is again going to be pushing into a ton more ults than they're ready for.
So
So
Shatter is
maybe
in from Luxio, gets a couple. He gets answered by a pin from SFJ, but it still kills favouring the side of Mental Feeders. The follow-up damage is just that much more prevalent for them as Pexi starts to show his prowess on the Ash pick. And this might just be it. Tekashikimo does finish off Hero Gaming, but he's going to have to step into the entirety of Mental Feeders, and that's a situation you never want to be in. Oh, there's another tag, and Numi does manage to touch as the Moira. Going to try and take out Burns Mercy, but now the rest of the team is back. You're going to do significantly less well. So much so you're going to die. SFJ the next to step on, the next one to die.
are they going to keep staggering? And the overtime clock ticks away on the final point of Lijiang Tower. That was a pretty good first map. If that's any indication of how the rest of this series is going to go, I think we're in for something very, very impressive.
And Hero Gaming with the play, no less than we expected, to be honest. Shutting down the Dragon Strike there and just layering in so much damage with the ultimate.
Yeah, making really good use of his barrages too. So let's take a look at the map score. Our final map. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Our final score for the first map, going over to Mental Feeders with a clean 2-0 victory as we go on to Temple of Anubis. We're going to go to a very quick break, and when we are ready with that map, we will see you guys then. Welcome back, everybody. We are heading into map 2. I promised you guys a quick break, and of course, we delivered. So, looking back on that first map, Lijiang Tower, what were some of the highlights, some things that really stood out for you?
I think it's easy to, talk forever about Hero Gaming's power play, but Burn was excellent with the Mercy. And that combination is going to cause real trouble for the side of Washed Up.
It really will.
What they're really going to do is maybe consider running double hit scan to try and deal with this.
I think that would be the obvious solution. If they keep leaving Hero Gaming's Pharah unchecked, that's assuming Hero Gaming continues to run that composition, then they're going to need to divert more resources to shutting down that Pharah. And if they can't do that, then I just see Mental Feeders continuing to run away with this.
Yep. We can see the compositions are now out, and we're seeing something interesting from the side of Mental Feeders, running the Ash and the Junkrat, with Ryan Zarya and the Mercy, more than likely to damage boost both DPS. It's going to be a double sniper approach, I believe, coming through the side of Washed Up.
That is what it looks like. Hanzo and Widowmaker. Kind of an odd combination for DPS because you're not exactly getting a lot of up close and personal, but yeah, I guess it's going to...
already dead. Here again, he's just spamming down these left clicks, and that is a brutal death early on for the side of Washed Up to take.
Yeah, and that push looks like it's shut down almost as soon as it started.
Yeah.
So
and now, where do Washed Up go? We're following SFJ shoot around, but it's a beautiful conquine over the top from Hero Gaming. He's going to keep spamming into this little room. He's just going to pick up two, and he'll layer in the tire, and he'll kill another two. And I don't have many more things to say about
Yeah,
Hero
no
Gaming.
idea. When you've got 4 out of 5 of your kills from that fight coming from one person, then you start to really realize the carry potential that he's bringing to the table. And he's playing such odd heroes. I'm going to call them odd for the composition that they're playing. Okay,
Gets a pick off
there's your
onto
opportunity.
Yuta, forces the res.
Capitalize. They have to capitalize right now.
Looking for the head of Hero Game. He can just dance around this pillar and then dive the Widowmaker, but there's a reason not many people do that and survive, as now the team makes their way onto the point. Is going to be SFJ swinging the hammer, and off the back of Sailboat picking up a couple of quick kills. Washed Up are going to overcome the horrific psychological damage getting wiped by a Junkrat and capture point A.
Yeah, you can only imagine charging onto the point and having a Junkrat take out 4 out of your 4 out of 6 teammates.
And now there's a few ultimates coming online for both sides. Hero Gaming used his early, so he's going to be a little bit behind in the ult charge. It's just going to be a very aggressive push coming in main. SFJ swinging like a madman. Shatter picks up 2. Can there be any follow-up though? He goes to the pin, catches Lucio, and then Lucio falls, but there's kills going either way. Now Sailboat has the size, and he's going to take off Pexy's head. That's a brilliant pick, and now they've corralled the members. Oh, Sailboat with a Navi. Got any more for us? Look at this position that they can now take up on this point. They know where everyone is thanks to the infra sites, and SFJ goes for a very risky charge with no healers alive. Now Yuta and Pexy going to make their way onto the point. Genzo gets splashed by the anti-nade, uses the Dragon Strike though. Pexy trying to cause damage. He's just going to blink straight into the Dragon Strike, and now Jacob is on the ball, trying to get some work done. Shikamo takes out Burn. Naomi, he's falling low, but a Hammond doesn't quite do enough damage to finish anyone off. Lutzi getting backed into a corner. He has the shatter if he can safely drop the hammer, and he does. He picks up a couple, and now Jacob, however you wish to pronounce it, he is now dead. And I believe this will be as good as done for this point. The Grav comes in, the Doomfist gets booked off. There's still going on. Burn using the Valkyrie to just fly up and around these pillars and survive, using the super jump there as well. And now they're still coming in. Jacob again, the 3rd life as this Hammond. It's a testament to how well he's done. And then Pexy tags in. Can they just kill them off quickly? This delay is insane coming through from the side of mental feeders.
But that's perfectly fine. The more time that they're draining off the clock, the better for them, especially if they are able to take Temple to more rounds.
Now Lucio is just still in, and Jacob is in again. You need to kill him as soon as possible. He drops the minefield, and finally, after a good minute of stalling, Washed Up managed to get at point B.
That was intense. That final fight seemed to go on for forever. It never ended. I mean, it was a really good attempt to clear them out as fast as they could and then just keep them at bay using the infrasite. But when they're coming from two sides and they just overpower you, then what are you going to do? And that allowed mental feeders to keep draining time off the clock, which is good for them because Washed Up started that attack with so much time in their bank.
Absolutely, they cycled their players onto the point really effectively, only going on one at a time and only investing members when it was at 99%.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the smartest thing you could possibly think to do in a situation like that. So now we're going to see mental feeders bring out the same composition that Washed Up used on the attack, minus, I believe Jacob was on the Wrecking Ball, Washed Up. They had a very odd composition. I'm getting my teams mixed up. Look at me go.
I'm doing that.
Yeah, both of us are like, it's mental feeders. No, wait, crap, it's Washed Up. No, wait, we can't figure it out.
No, I'm just guessing, to be honest. I'll make up several team names by the time this round is over. But on the defense are Washed Up.
Genzo looks like he's going to try to give Hero Gaming a run for his money. Can he do it?
But Pexy's on the Widowmaker, and if Pexy sees his head for so much as a second, it will more than likely be completely blown off.
Genzo's waiting. I think they're gonna let him come through the choke. Yes, they are, and then they're gonna dive bomb him, and it works.
Hero Gaming though, he doesn't like Genzo playing the fan. He's gonna kill him off, but it's Sailboat who's decided that the kill feed is his to rule.
In any case, even if Genzo went down really early, of course, they're going to get the res on him, so it'll be perfectly fine. But even if Genzo had gone down early there, he already did his job. He distracted them long enough to pull their shields away from Sailboat so that he could just keep getting those picks. And I think they might try it again. They might not. It doesn't look like they're going to try that again.
It's a mirror match coming through.
Oh, trying to challenge. Hero Gaming trying to challenge on the Pharah. They both want to know who's the better Pharah.
Well, I think based off Li Zhang, Hero Games got a lot of credit in his bank, but now Genzo can go an aggressive over the top hit, or he doesn't have to. He can just take out Pexi, because Pexi is stuck without any supports, and he falls almost instantly. Shatter is in from SFJ, and it is a massive slam, picking up several members of Mental Feeders. And now this is full-on split mode for them. Sailboat knows there's a pharmacy over there somewhere. Okay, and they also knew he was there.
All right.
Gaming picking up one. Naomi now trying to get some work done, but it might not be enough. Actually, it will be. I got my colours mixed up there. That wasn't a pretty sight to hear, I'm sure. Sailboat now can just play back and as safe as he wants. Genzo's getting near to this barrage. Next fight should be a win with it, unless Jacob can eat it all, which would be a Herculean task for any diva. Okay, maybe we'll get his head taken off. As I said, just clicking skulls. And now you can't safely res this because your Mercy's just died. And now Pexi, okay, he's going to get blown off. Sailboat does not like this. Okay, Hero Game's going to kill him. Can I switch to a hero without them dying instantly? Hero Game's probably the safest bet. He's going to pick up 3 final blows in that fight.
Yep, and Mental Feeders finally able to take point A, but they're not going to have near the time bank that Washed Up finished the map with. Let's just take that into consideration for a second, that Washed Up finished... Maybe? They have 4.5 minutes, but can they capture in less than a minute? Can they capture point B?
Pexi's got the sights and he's got an angle. Ooh, Yanula just about escapes from his life.
That was close.
And play really safe, and Genzo having to match that pacifism as Burn. Just as the DPS aren't doing enough work, and he'll take out Genzo. Selba even an hour with Genzo. He's been spotted out by Jacob. He's going to try and take out Yeet with the barrage, and he does. But it's Jacob who'll end up finishing him off. Yanula uses the res though. And now Burn, he's going to get a res off himself, and Hero Gaming taken down likewise. SFJ still standing on the point. Yeeta. Oh, this is brutal for Yeeta, getting staggered out.
Yeah, and that's
staggering the baby diva as well.
As many, I mean, if you can get that many staggers, go for it. But they did, they didn't manage to get the stagger off before Diva was able to get back in her mech. But already, I don't think we're going to, well, it's almost a guarantee, we're not going to see them finish with the same time bank that Washed Up did. If we happen to go to other rounds, Washed Up have the huge advantage here.
Hero Gaming, he's found another kill taking off Selba, who should be countering Hero Gaming, but he's just not. Another barrage is in, he's going to trade his life out for Arna's. Now Selba doesn't have to keep his eyes on him, can turn to other targets like the Mercy, but Pexi also wants the Mercy, but just for the opposing team. Now Selba sees the res on Hero Gaming, messes up the timing of his flash. Can he finish off the Pharah? He can. There's still chaos going down on the point. I'm not entirely sure what's happening over there. Genzo fools Jacob. Really cleaning up, picking up 2 final kills onto the Baby Diva and then the Pharah. He's got to retreat because the kills are in favour of Washed Up.
And once again, another fight completely held by Washed Up. They have 2 minutes and 50 seconds to make a play and make it worthwhile. They have to not only make a good play, but they have to capture without wasting too much more time. Because if they lose any more time on that clock, their next push is going to be absolutely atrociously difficult.
Atrociously, that's not a word I think I've heard you ever say before, but changing up their angle of attack, pushing them through this right hand side, but the Pharmacy is still going to poke in main.
So maybe this is a time to start changing up your heroes for the Mental Feeders. Burn a couple of ults that you have.
SFJ gets slept.
Oh,
Woken
yeah.
back up immediately though. He's built up the shatter just from swinging freely, and it's blocked by Luxio. He's got his own, but he's too low to safely use it. Gets hit by the nade, and then the nano boost, and now he's going to start swinging. Bomb is in from Tekashikumo, but the rest of the team, they don't need ultimates to finish him off. Sailboat and Genzo, yet again, finding lots of joy in the kill feed. Jacob now trying to flee, pressured down by Pharah.
Yeah,
if he can escape with his life, that would be huge.
I think Washed Up have figured out Mental Feeder's composition, and they're countering it very, very effectively. The difference maker there, I think, being the healers, because you've got Moira playing over Ana, and Ana, while she's a great healer, I completely, I'll stand by that. Moira does have her orbs that do so much more damage and so much more healing per second on each teammate.
Absolutely, Naomi ditching the Ana pick to pick up the Moira is definitely helping his team out on this second point. As now, this is probably the last good attack that side of mental feeders will get, and we're all eyes on Lucio. He has the shatter. The bomb is in. He gets the shatter onto SFJ, who's already blocked the self-destruct. The coalescence in from Numi would keep him up if it wasn't for a big Bionade. Now Numi trying to hose down the members of his team and the opposing team alike, but he's not going to find any damage or any joy at all, especially with Lucio just swinging for the hills. Now it's on to Naomi to stall for as long as he can before his reinforcements get here. Sailboat does find one. He himself gets felled though. Genzo uses the barrage, doesn't pick up anything apart from Bren. Takashikumi eats Hero Gaming's Dragon Strike. That could be big, but Pexi has got not the self-destruct, the Deadeye. That's the wrong ultimate as SFJ. Now shields himself on the point, backs up into a corner and stays nice and safe in it. Goes out swinging onto Jacob, and now the ball is in from Lucio. Last second stall heroes are being applied, and Genzo is in on the Doomfist. Looking to get some work done, looking for anyone to right-click. He sees a Diva, he'll take a Diva. D-Mex Jacob there. Now he goes in onto Pexi's McCree. Very dangerous engage, and he gets up barely with his life. SFJ did drop the shatter, picks up 2 with the Fire Strike. SFJ just filling up the kill feed at the last. Using a bit of a crazy pin. And now Jacob and Burn getting the sound barrier. Jacob gets the Met back. Can he touch it on the point? Tekashikumo's self-destruct is going to prevent him. Overtime is triggered, and now gets swatted off by Doomfist Punch. Uses the bomb just to remake, but I don't think they'll be able to make it back in time.
Absolutely not. That was such a long final fight. I don't know how long you were talking for. It was just complete chaos on point. But that's going to be map 2 going over to Washed Up. So we're seeing they're starting to come back a little bit. They're finally figuring out exactly what it is they want to run and finally deciding to make all the difference there. So map 2 going over to Washed Up. And it's time for us to take it over to Rialto, and I believe we have to get our players into that map. So we will go on one more short break until they let me know that they're all ready to play again. Welcome back to the Overwatch Community Amateur Cup, everybody. Home of the Pear Tekashikimo mispronunciation soundboard. We're going straight into map 3 on Rialto. We're going to be watching both teams push the payload as far as they possibly can and how the other team will stop them. So let's get straight into it.
I'm angry that you said that. I perfectly pronounced Tekashikimo.
Pear,
Naomi.
Pear, do you know how many different ways I've heard you say Tekashikimo during the past 2 casts?
Well, only one way, because I've only said it correctly, as we see now. The side of Washed Up.
And you're still pronouncing Naomi incorrectly.
First. So Washed Up are going to be defending first. They're going to be running what they ran for second point of Anubis, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it's going to be a mirror matchup presented by Mental Feeders.
Why shouldn't you fix something that's not broken? We call it maintenance.
It's an old saying, I believe.
No, I know it is, but it's not a very good one, is it?
I just assumed you wouldn't know that. As now Hero Gaming, on his iconic Farah, takes a bit of poke damage from Genzo in the sky already, and he'll just play around the roofs of these buildings. It's going to be a little micro battle up in the sky. It'll be fun to watch.
Farah seems to be a very popular pick on Rialto this season, both for Overwatch League and just normal play. I don't know if she got a buff or a nerf or something, but suddenly she's the most viable hero you can think of here.
I think they just the design, the architecture suits her kit well. Lots of roofs to just stool on, lots of good angles to poke from the skies. SFJ still swinging, and Lucio looking to do very much the same thing as Genzo getting lasered down by Jacob. He's massively overextended. SFJ nearly has his shatter, but it's Genzo who finds first blood, and SFJ with a big shatter picks up Yeet with the charge, and Genzo's going to pick up 3 final blows. But can he win the Farah duel? He's not got his mercy at the moment. Yanu, I believe, going to pick up the resurrection here, or not. They're going to let SFJ respawn in natural time, and as you can see, some Genzo taking a page out of Hero Gaming book and just knocking people off the edge of their map.
Washed Up making a really good decision to keep that res for when they need it in the fight, because they know that the Mental Feeders are going to be back before that res is online, and they might need it.
Lucio's getting pressured down so quickly, but he's now got the nano boost, and he can now go and swing. His shatter is also online. SFJ is going to try and block it, and he succeeds. Lucio throws away that ult, and then he gets killed off by Tekashikimo. Hero Gaming, though, in the sky, now on the ground. Drops the barrage in onto Sailboat, and he'll finish him off, but traces his life out. Tekashikimo with 2 kills on the side, and then he invests the grab. Jacob caught up in it. Numi doing some work onto the Mercy. Rez is in, though, onto Hero Gaming. Can he get any work done? He's chasing down Tekashikimo like his life depends on it. It very much could have. It's going back and forth, and it's slightly favouring the attacking side here.
Yeah, and meanwhile, this whole time, the card is still not making any progress. So they're definitely investing in the fight, the Mental Feeders, and
kills Burn.
Okay, so now they're down a res. Now you don't have the res possibility, but Genzo also out of the fight.
So a trade that I don't know who it will favour, to be honest, is a bit of a tricky one, as SFJ equally tricky, and as is Jacob with that grab on surge, but SFJ's shatter connects onto the opposing right. Jacob gets hit by the flash from Salvo, but Salvo can't quite finish him off. Looking to hit a couple of shots now, looking for Hero Gaming in the sky. Gets him incredibly low, but never quite the right amount of bullets in that Peacekeeper.
Never.
Gets killed.
Well, is that time for a re-engage? Do they go for it? Are they going to go for it?
They've got the closest spawn, so I don't see why not.
I think they're going to take that.
Well.
I think they're going to take the quick.
Yes. He kills off Genjo. Nano boost is in onto Lucio of the Reinhardt. The Farah is res back up, but it's Hero Gaming using his barrage early on. Genzo and SFJ full. Naomi, though, with the coalescence to try and keep his team healthy. Now expired, then his Mercy going incredibly low and has to try and keep that other support up. As Tekashikimo's nearly got the grab if he can be kept healthy, but that's less possible to do when both your supports die to a Reinhardt.
Yeah, now Washed Up being pushed back. Mental Feeders getting some free push percentage.
Genzo has switched the Farah for the Ash, which we'll be seeing double hit scan coming through from the side of Washed Up.
Overall, some really great engages on that first point. I know they're going to keep going. They want to keep pushing Washed Up back, but it just kind of snowballs. They had 1 or 2 really good engages during that first point, and now they're just not going to stop. especially now that ult advantage is so squarely in their possession.
Cowboy Jewel is won by Sailboat. He's going to take out the opposing Western. Trade out for SFJ though. Now Luxio's got a free shatter. That's a big grab coming through. Luxio doesn't connect the ping, but the hammer doesn't miss. Now Hero Gaming raining down rockets onto the backline of Washed Up. Trying to get an exit kill even. I'll always get those two confused, I swear. Onto Yanula, but he's not going to succeed. Look at how aggressive Mental Feeders can hold.
Yeah, they're trying to push them all the way back to the final point. Because if you can do that, look at all the free distance that they're going to get. Oh, perfect.
That and the combination of Bob. What is this? What is this, man?
You love to see it.
He's now chasing down Yanula deep into the opposing spawn. Somebody teach this man the meaning of fear. Or don't. This is incredible stuff. Sailboat switches off to the soldier, and Genzo is now on the McCree. This has probably ruffled the feathers of Washed Up, and another kill coming in onto Genzo.
But Pear, look at where the cart is. It's not even halfway done with this point, and Mental Feeders are already playing up at the very end. They don't want to give Washed Up a chance to even contest the point.
There's no mercy from the side of Mental Feeders. But
actually, they're both playing mercy.
Her. Exactly, we went for the exact same.
They both were like, "There's mercy somewhere in there."
Getting his shield absolutely broken down, but that's a big grab in from Tekashikamo, and now SFJ can go and swinging, but not very safely, because a barrage means you're not alive for very much longer, and a big shatter is in from Luxio, picking off two, and Hero Gaming, he'll just do the rest of the work for you, Luxio. Take the day off.
And are they going to contest? They cannot contest. Nobody can even get close to it. Held him at spawn with the Pharah and the Reinhardt. A fantastic use of both of those heroes.
I'm not sure what I just witnessed, but Hero Gaming is absolutely unstoppable as my camera decides to go for a little bit of a dance there.
Just going on his own adventure.
Yeah, maybe he'll go see the part of the map from which we'll be seeing these teams playing imminently.
Yeah, and although the scoreline that we've seen so far has shown that this game is really close, I feel like it isn't. Because Mental Feeders are just coming in clutch when they need to. And it's making all the difference. Even if, they drop a point here or a point there, they're still playing extremely well on their respective heroes.
It's dominance going both ways. One map it was Washed Up looking solid, and now it's Mental Feeders. Getting back into the getting the reins back almost, if you'll allow that reference.
It's all we needed was some halftime. That's all we needed. Take that game break.
Halftime orange is so powerful. New hero confirmed. Now, we're going to be seeing the same, or at least very similar comps come out. We're going to be seeing Ashe versus Widow. Which means Widow's going to have the advantage on paper, but if Pexi can get that damage boost online from Burn, which seems unlikely given Hero Gaming's hero.
Yeah, Burn is probably he's just going to pocket Hero Gaming with the Mercy, and that's going to leave Ashe to deal with the Widow by herself, which, I mean, honestly, in my opinion, if I was...
Hero Gaming's down already.
Okay, well, now, and the Mercy follows. I was going to say the Mercy has a chance.
And now he can go forward without any semblance of fear. Yita's going to fool Pexi as well. Yanula does die, but Genzo, whilst mourning the death, doesn't have a care in the world. He can progress onwards into the spawn.
Yeah, and with just like that, it looks like Washed Up are going to push straight to the end of the point. I wonder, Mental Feeders... stopping that re-engage.
The res comes through, and then he'll pick off Pexi as well. So playing this really aggressive flanking angle.
Oh, Hero Gaming!
Stop! Please, for my own sanity. And now Pexi's going to come out of spawn. Not particularly safely, I'm sure. He tries to go up. That high
He's going up.
There's a whole fight going on as SFJ starts swinging, but I just want to watch Sailboat's perspective for the rest of the night as SFJ lays down the shatter, picks up 3, he's going to pin Lutzo off the map, and Genzo's going to chip him with 2, and... Whew! What a fight from Sailboat.
Sailboat wasn't... Alright, it's looking like we're having some technical issues. We'll try to fix them up as quick as we can.
A little bit of disconnection there, I believe, but Tekashikamo, he gets disconnected from his life as he very much like a man in Lego City, falls into the river, and now SFJ goes swinging in onto the opposing Reinhardt. He's going to get pressured out by Jacob. Fast strike comes through, mirrored of course, and now it's the turn of mental feeders to start staking their claim on this objective.
Yeah, but look at where they're being held. That's such an odd place to hold the cart, but mental feeders don't care. They're gonna hold it there.
Now Genzo's just going to go up poking, and Sailboat's going to take another head, another soul claim to the French Grim Reaper.
The French Grim Reaper?
As
Okay.
the Pharaohs trade, and SFJ hits a big shatter onto both tanks, but they're both kept nice and healthy. As is SFJ though, and Jacob, he's in an aggressive position. He probably won't survive too much longer, especially not with Genzo pressuring down his supports from the sky, and Sailboat just not stopping this rampage.
Genzo doing exactly what Hero Gaming did to his team last round. He just wanted him to get a taste of his own medicine.
Sailboat's got this great sightline to work with. He can see anyone he pleases.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't quite get the mid-air shot. The bomb
Oh,
is
and it gets one.
to the side of mental feeders. Sailboat, he's just going to stay here. He's just going to stand. And Tekashikimo can do all the work that he cannot, finishing off two. And Bob, he knows the fight starts. He's going to flee for his life.
Yeah, and the aggressive approach that mental feeders took being matched just as evenly by Washed Up. In fact, better. Look at the time bank difference. I don't remember mental feeders having 2.5 minutes to push the cart to point B or point C.
I don't remember having that much time either. As now Genzo poking in on off angle. Lutzo goes forward aggressively. He does know Pegasus, but so does Sailboat, and Sailboat's decided that he's had enough of your games. Now I can see everyone with the help of his info sites knows where everyone will be, but Hero Gaming's still going to drop the barrage in and find a couple of kills. Burn is now stuck in behind, and yep, that's another kill for Sailboat, and he nearly finishes off Yita. And it'll be Tekashikimo to finish that kill off for him. Now he's just going to stand here. And then, not on the payload. Now he is.
Well, now he's
Now
on the
Hero
payload.
Gaming's on the Hanzo. Uses the Sonic arrow to try and get some information onto the positions, but it's kind of hard to take a poke shot when you're getting rained by rockets, and Sailboat needs to stop. Or Genzo does as well, I guess, as he picks up two of the barrage, grabs in from Tekashikimo, and that's clean up. That is a simple game of cat and mouse.
That wasn't a game at all. That was a complete slaughter. I mean, we're going to extra rounds because both teams took such an aggressive approach to their respective attack rounds, and it made all the difference for them. Neither team had the strong defense that they needed to hold off the aggressive pushes.
Seemingly not, and we saw Sailboat decide to have probably one of the best Widow matches I've seen for a while.
Yeah, get this man signed to the Overwatch League immediately.
He's playing out of his mind, I tell you.
He is. I mean, that's Widow skill that we don't see all that often. And I know we're gushing over him right now because he was just playing that good. And he's bringing it out again. He is not done. But then again, like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And it is certainly not broke.
It'll be a dive comp, though, that he'll be playing into. And whilst Sarah popped heads, we've got to give credit to the rest of the team for giving him the opportunities to.
We definitely do.
Set up some of the angles.
Yeah, the resources that were getting pumped into him were absolutely insane. However, the disadvantage here to playing the dive comp is that what you're playing into is a lot less health than what Washed Up has. So it's a lot easier for Sailboat to get those headshots and get picks. So you're kind of a glass cannon. You're really strong, and we're gonna see a pause. Well, that is okay. Until we get back from the pause, we're going to go ahead and cut to a hopefully very, very short break. All right, we are back and coming straight out of our pause. Not into very much. I think the round just started, so Not too much action to be worried about right now.
You missed out on so many highlight shots though in the time we were gone, or you definitely didn't. As now the dive's going to start coming in. Luccio's going to go aggressive up onto this home. He's going to fall to under half health immediately. Genzo keeping the Winston in check with the rockets. He's just spamming them down anywhere he can see a player, and it's definitely yielding results.
Yeah, it looks like Genzo is just nailing the shots that he needs to, playing that defense where he has to, but they're playing into that dive comp, and it's working for him. It really just is working.
Sailboat again, clicking heads, and now Luccio's in a very bad spot. But he gets a nano boost. The nano boost is used onto him by Yeet. I did not expect that to come through, and the shatter onto him from SFJ. Probably going to finish off this this ape, or he's going to keep healthy, I guess. But it's Jacob, his tank partner, who will fall.
Yeah,
and
but
now Luccio's simply going to tumble.
But that there was the exact weakness that I pointed out that they would have, is that they're kind of a glass cannon, in that if Sailboat or any member for that matter could get just one good pick, the fight was over. That's where dive kind of falters, is that you really need all 6 of them to make the fights work.
Luccio's now on the Reinhardt trying to get stuff done, but he's going to be so far behind in the ult department as in comparison to SFJ. And Sailboat again. Pexy's now bothering him. The pesky Pexy, as they call him in the trade. He's going to fall to a hero game, but Genzo's going to do felling as well, picking up 2 kills with the barrage, and now there's precious little time left on the clock. Hero Gaming did pick off Tekashikumo late, but can anyone get back into touch?
Yeah, Genzo comes out of that fight. Got the
But
I didn't even notice the time run out.
The cavalry was arriving, but the cavalry was not there in time, and now not far for the side of Washed Up to push Rialto.
No, not far at all, and I completely missed the time run out. That was insane. Too busy analyzing and fixing technical issues.
Technical issues is the name of the game, I believe. That's what we should call this casting duo.
The
bring the technical, we bring the issues.
Yeah. Official rebranding. We're no longer the Fruit Bowl cast. We're actually technical issues.
Give it to me. Please, Washed Up, play that. I realise saying, "Oh, give it to me," doesn't actually sound too well without any context.
It looks like they're gonna run it. I'm. But look at what mental feeders are running.
It's Bastion.
They're bringing a Bastion.
It's the battle of the bastions, the battle of the bots that aren't inside your silver games.
That's absolutely mental. Who would even
see this?
Oh, but SFJ is running the Roadhog. Are they gonna play?
He's gonna switch.
Okay.
Sailboat switches. I think the fun is. Okay, Washed Up cancelled. Let's be honest.
Washed Up. Okay, but at least mental feeders were willing to run the comp. They're running the Bastion. But the architecture is going to play against them so badly, because you can just hide behind the buildings, and then Bastion's completely useless because he can't actually go and hunt them down.
I'm just going to stay on this perspective for a little while. I don't need to look around. But maybe I do, as Sailboat takes out Burn, one half of Pharmacy down, and now can Genzo finish off the other? Yes, he can. And now this is where it really starts to fall apart, as you're down Pharmacy, and now you're only relying on this Bastion setup to do damage, but
the Bastion can't
to the ends of the earth. SFJ going so aggressive, Genzo mirroring it. This is a team that is firing on all cylinders on Rialto, as that is Rialto already buried and done.
Wow, that was an insanely fast push, but they didn't have all that far to push to begin with, so not making too much of a difference for them. But let's watch this play of the game. Let's see what Lucio did.
Hits the shatter, hits the pin. I've seen many of these in my games. Hero Gaming stealing his kills, obviously. It's a nice little fast strike at the end, though.
Really great. But let's take a look at our map pool. Washed Up coming out on top 2-1. We've got one more game, and it looks like, unlike yesterday, we are going to need it. Kings Row is going to determine the victor of this game.
Or the drawer.
No, we don't draw. There's no draws.
We don't.
No, because if they tie on Kings Row, we just play Kings Row again.
Understood.
Yeah, we'll just play King's Row until somebody comes out on top. That is our tournament rules as far as they have been given to us. But while we're getting into King's Row, we're going to go on a quick break, and when we come back, we will be going into the final map of the series. Welcome back, everybody. It is time for us to jump into the final map of the series. Absolutely no idea how it's going to turn out, how it's going to end. We could see a 3-1. We could see a very long final map. But either way, King's Row is where it's at. Now, before we get into that, though, let's talk about Rialto, map 3. What did you think about that? I want to hear some observations.
It was an incredibly fun map. It went very well, I think, for both teams, but it was definitely dominance on the side of Washed Up.
It was. Both teams choosing to make use of really aggressive pushes there at the end, or at the beginning and at the end. Both teams just playing into each other as well as they could. And it paid off. 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely. It's now we're going to be seeing the side of Washed Up on defense.
Let's cut straight over to that.
Yeah, we will, as we're going to be seeing the Sailboat Widow again. Please, just don't stop.
Sailboat's Widow is the highlight of this game. Has been for me anyway. I don't know about anybody else. But I'm probably going to I'm just going to replay this entire series over and over again, just from Sailboat's perspective.
I wouldn't blame you at all. Okay, well, maybe Pexy's just a little bit better.
Pexy's not having it anymore. He's done
playing games, and SFJ is also going to get a kill there. But then Unula falls to again, and that might just seal the deal as SFJ goes in for an aggressive charge. Falls though, but Genzo is actually going to start turning the tide. They're flanking McCree. Maybe not one of the stealthiest heroes in the game, but definitely one of the more effective flankers, as this is now a lost fight from something that should have been won.
What if... I mean, I would have assumed it would have been a fast take, but... I mean, guess not.
Well, it just seems that speed is not on their mind. Their burn is on the Lucio. So
no, and it's kind of odd that those respawn bonuses, or respawn advantages, I'm going to call them, they didn't come into play for mental feeders all that well.
SFJ swinging aggressively. He's very close to this shatter, unlike Lucio. He gets a sound barrier in from the Yumi, and he goes in for the charge. They do finish off Lucio, and the shatter is in, and Tekashikimo starts filling up the kill feed. Sailboat as well, taking a little bit of part in that, as he stands on top of the statue and is just looking for another skull.
Oh, wow.
But Hero Gaming kills both the DPS on exit.
That was beautiful.
The side of Lucio, or Luzio's mental feed, is to go straight back onto the point and to start capping.
Yeah, that re-engage, they could go in so quickly without the DPS to bother them.
Grabs in from Takeshiko.
Oh, they're
That is a
going for
big
it.
grab. SFJ pins Lucio and Genzo with the
All
high
right.
noon. He's going to pick up 2 and then a third with the normal bullets. Nothing fancy about that one. And that's going to be 2 ticks accrued, but nothing more than that for the side of Mental Feeders.
And honestly, the 2 ticks, not too much of a problem for them, because even with 2 ticks, there's no reason why they can't hold that final tick for the next 2 minutes. It's kind of a tall order, but...
Selbo is just killing everyone he sees. This man just doesn't understand the meaning of fear. Okay, well... though, as Pexi one-ups him for the second time this round. Nobody was given a flash fire, and now Jacob uses the grab in tandem with the Dragon Strike from Hero Gaming, and that is a convincing win. 4 minutes on the clock to start moving this payload through streets.
Yeah, but 4 minutes, we've seen teams drain larger time banks. So I'm not too convinced yet that Mental Feeders can make it all the way to point B, especially after the showing that they put up on point A. They just didn't look confident in what they were doing, and in a lot of ways, those fights that they won kind of felt like flukes to me. And that's just professional opinion. However much...
Not very professional.
Yeah, however much however much faith you put into my professional opinions.
Sights are exchanged, so the entire map is revealed. Nobody can hide. There's no secrets anymore as Lucio. He goes in swinging. He doesn't need Infrasight to know when to press M1 as Reinhardt, and it shows. As he picks off Takeshikamo with the hammer. Shatter is in. He drops his shield at the worst time. That's 3 men down. And now SFJ can start going in. He gets a nano boost, but Pexi does win the Widow duel. But Genzo then wins the McCree Widow duel, and then he'll pick up Burn as well, and then he'll die. It's going back and forth, and it's still not sure who's going to come out on top in this one, if I'll be honest. SFJ, pretty much no shield left, gets splashed by the engineer. He's supposed to back around this corner. That's going to be a lot of distance. He goes for a risky pin onto Jacob. Jacob is absolutely fine as now he can start beaming down the shield. And now it's a recontest coming back in from the side of Washed Up.
Yeah, that's really disappointing because...
Grab in.
They should have won that fight.
The Dragon Strike, the skill maneuver coming in.
Oh, and it looks like they're going to anyway.
2 fights, 1.
Oh, what a great re-engage. They lost that fight. Burn blew his sound barrier really early on, and looks like it might pay off in the end anyway.
Hero Gaming is dominating Sailboat. He's not even playing Widowmaker.
Has Sailboat even gotten a chance to play this game?
I think he's still on Rialto. I think they need to pick him up and ship him over as soon as they can. As now a few ults online for both teams. Infrasight's used immediately from Sailboat. He can read the entirety of the map. He knows where Pexi is.
He missed
the shot there. This is an intense duel. Sailboat on 1 health.
Sailboat.
A bit less than 1 health. Pexi's got his high gun. Newly picks up 2 with the boop.
Well, now we know who the more dominant Widow is.
All the way down the bottom, and now Reddit Lucio in full force. Well, back to the grave with you. Pexi is going to sit up here and pepper in a few shots. And see.
Somebody's got to get up there and deal with him.
Sailboat's going to try and do that.
Again! Stop! Just let him play the game, Pexi. Please, just let him play.
Walks behind the right shield and gets a 2-man shatter off. 2 kills then confirmed. He does fall. He trades his knife for 3 kills, and now SFJ is going to try and do the same with his own. Doesn't get very much from it. Picks up 2, but momentum still with the side of Washed Up. They've got the grab nearly. They've definitely got the Dragon Strike. Sailboat now in on the Doomfist. He's getting equally bullied. He does pick off Hero Gamer though, so this is a very winnable fight. So he's got the uppercut if he needs it. He's going to go in, try and take this high gun off of Pexi. Doesn't need it.
But Pear, what should have been an easy fight win for the Mental Feeders, quickly turned against them.
Payload stopped right at the death here.
Yeah, so now Mental Feeders have to fight into Washed Up. They have to try to get through them to get to that payload, and then they have to push it just that little bit. It is moving back slowly, so they're going to have a little bit further that they need to get it before the game is over.
Pexi kills Sailboat again. Shatter is big though from SFJ, picks up 3, kills off Burn with the pin, and now he goes in swinging. Fast strike through, connects onto a couple of members, but he's now in a pretty bad spot, that being the spawn room. Grab it from Takeshikamo should all but confirm this fight win, as that's going to be Niyumi picking up another kill. He's just going in hungry.
And that was a really quick fight. I mean, they're going to stagger the Reinhardt? They staggered a Reinhardt. Listen, who's the most staggerable hero on this composition? Probably the Reinhardt. I mean, if I had to guess, that's absolutely absurd.
Now Sailboat's playing all these angles. He's looking for a head to click. He clicks a shield, but that's not enough. As SFJ, he goes and swinging. Now he's onto Lucio. The shatter is up. The beat is down, but the hammer is big. 4 members down, but none of them dead. And Yumi falls to the storm arrows, and then Lucio trades out his knife for that. SFJ now close to his own hammer, but Burn even, that's the wrong person. Starts filling up the kill feed. Sailboat wins the Widow duel. That's a big pick off for the late fight. And Tekashikimo is on high charge, and he's got a lot of anger to let out on Jacob as he falls. And 30 seconds left on the clock. Where did their time go?
I have absolutely no idea. They had washed up down 3 members. They should have won that fight. That should have been an easy fight win, but again, we're seeing it completely turn against them consistently. The shatter was used, the beat was dropped, and unfortunately so was that fight.
Grav is ready for Tekashikimo, which is a good ult, and SFJ's got a shatter. He can just end it now if he drops it at the right time. It's a huge grab from Tekashikimo. Grab them all off of the cart, but there's no follow-up coming through. Unlike when Hero Gaming drops the Dragon Strike and picks up Naomi, and now the cart's going to start rolling in the last few meters. No one can get another touch, and an overtime finish is through for Mental Feeders.
That just means that Washed Up will have to not only finish the map, but do it with more time in the bank so that they can force an extra round for their benefit.
Should they fail to do that and Mental Feeders pick up a map win, the series will end at 2-2. Which means that there's a lot to play for here. It's big map differential.
It is, because no team wants to win on a draw. In some ways, a draw is a little bit worse than actually losing.
Draw, at least your map differential doesn't go down. That's the important part.
Very fair, very fair.
Very fair, yeah.
Very very fair.
Now, Hero Gaming, you sing what I'm saying.
I think I am. Are we both seeing the same Junkrat being played?
We are seeing Hero Gaming.
No, don't swap off of it. Don't. Oh, now he's Hero Gaming on the Mei. Why Mei? What are you playing the Mei into?
I don't understand.
Okay, Sailboat's playing Mei too. But what are you hoping to catch with the Mei? Where's the...
Mei seems like a pretty cool person.
I'm gonna have to stop you right there.
It was nice to meet you.
Oh my... Okay, well...
We may not be friends after this.
We may not be friends after this. Oh no.
Sailboat can see Pexi, but Pexi can also see Sailboat. There's no safe angle to peek from, and SFJ, he doesn't care, especially with the confidence he has in Sailboat to keep on winning the Widow duel, which he does. Tekashikimo falls, and now SFJ goes in with the pin. Now Hero Gaming's in a pretty precarious position.
For what?
I invented a new word there as SFJ gets walled off, but Genzo is all the protection he needs. Because after all, they can't kill him if they are dead, and SFJ applies that philosophy over onto Lucio. He's now going to win the Rhine neutral because simply there is none. SFJ also finished off Jacob with the hammer now. Genzo trying to kill off Pexi late here. If he cannot be a huge kill, and if not, then I guess he's avoided his teammate.
Oh, right on the outgo. Wow. All right, and that's a really fast fight, or a really fast take, point capture for Washed Up. They're going to have so much time, 5.5 minutes, just to push to point B, and then they're going to have even more time after that to push to point C, if they can do it in a quick and orderly manner.
Plus, Pexi is not in the equation right now, which means Sailboat's got 3 angles, and Genzo, he can take all the other ones, so it's going to be very tricky for Mental Feeders just to sustain, and Lucio feels the wrath of the hammer of SFJ, who then drops the shatter, picks up both supports. He wants more kills. He has to back away to stay safe, that he'll kill off the Mercy. Now Genzo can do all the cleanup that SFJ could not.
Oh, and he's going for Pexi, but not able to find that kill. Which, you know, is fine, except Sailboat hasn't won any of the Widow duels against her, so...
Now Pexi is just poking for his little angle between the crates. A little bit of damage comes in, doesn't actually manage to take the head off of anyone just yet, but now the cart is nearing completion of streets already.
Yeah, point B already almost over with 4.5 minutes in that time
Genzo
bank.
kills Hero Gaming.
There's got to be a
Lucio
desperate
does get the
reattempt.
nano though.
They
He
have to
does. He
contest
then
it.
gets pinned up by SFJ, falls incredibly low. He tries to drop the shatter, but he gets killed out of it. He doesn't lose the ultimate, however, but I think the rest of Mental Feeders lose their lives, and that's far more impactful. As they end point B with more time than they had to start it.
That's not a common sight to see, but that they had to make that work. That was kind of their win condition, was to hold Washed Up there on streets, and since they can't do that, I think we're just going to see them roll straight to the end.
It could happen like that. Yanula has got the Valkyrie online to enable that, and SFJ, he's got his hammer and he doesn't have fear. Perhaps he should though, as Lucio has the hammer. He can drop it at any second and completely just annihilate this push, but Hero Gaming putting a lot of damage into the shield, shatters in, it catches Jacob. He then falls and Lucio's now got free real estate to swing, but who can he aim at? Everyone disengages so quickly and cleanly, then gets put to sleep by Naomi. Real insult onto him there, if anything, and now Jacob's going right up into the spawn. He's got to be careful. If he doesn't get a kill off here, this could be a bad split, but Lucio comes forward and protects his off tank with the shield, and momentum slowed but not stopped.
And that's what they needed. Even if it's just a tiny bit slowed down, they need every second that they can gain there. They can't afford to just let them keep snowballing with that momentum, because
Grab is in from Jacob, and then Hero Game's going to layer some damage on top of that, taking out Genzo, but Yanula doing the damage that Genzo could not, picking off Pexi. But I fear there won't be too much more killage. That's not even a word coming through from the side of Washed Up in this fight. And now this is very aggressive from Mental Feeders. This is right up into the spawn room.
okay, but can he capitalize on it? He may go up to that spawn room, but can he capitalize on what he's doing? Can the rest of his team join him and capitalize?
SFJ now goes in swing. He has the shatter. He gets knocked past the shield and picks up 3 in the back.
Oh, that was dirty.
Surges out from Tekashikimo. Several members caught out of that, but SFJ can't swing for fear of his own life. They'll take Luzio's just to make up for that lack of damage. And now Pexi is going to try and do some work from this high ground up here, but Yanula's on you, and you knew that was never going to end well as Genzo finishes him off.
That was an absolutely brutal shatter. I mean, that was dirty. That was a dirty shatter. We've never seen. I heard, yeah, like
he's going to give something for Mental Feeders to feel. It's a barrage to the face as Pexi, the last second echo switch, does nothing. 3 minutes 8 seconds to get a tick and win the series 3-1 for the side of Washed Up.
that was fast. I'm at a loss for words, so I'm just gonna say that was fast. I mean, how do you finished King's Row with 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left? My bad, 3 minutes. But at the same time, Mental Feeders don't get another chance. So Washed Up, all they have to do is replicate their success. They just have to capture 1 tick.
That's all they need.
That's all they need to win, is 1 tick on point A. Can they get it?
And, well, given how they just played it, definitely, because this is panic state.
Yeah, it's kind of a rhetorical question there. Can they do it? Obviously.
They could maybe go to the Hoof and Horns to celebrate their success if they manage to capture point A. Nice little lore there. I'm a fan of the odd lore, and King's Row is full of it. But it doesn't. King's Row lore doesn't extend as far as the brutal murder of Mental Feeders by Washed Up in a game here, and this is very bad news for the defending team.
It really is. I would not want to go into a fight like this or go into a round like this having just been... What's Sailboat doing?
Sailboat.
What is he doing?
Don't question Sailboat.
That's his pre-game warm-up, smack the blackboard.
Yeah, you gotta assert dominance over the infrastructure.
Oh, they've already asserted dominance over everything in this game.
Pexi goes down already. Genzo with the damage boosted rockets finishing him off. SFJ can go and swing, but that's already the knell that'll just mark out the end of this round, I feel. But Genzo falls. Point is now being captured. A little bit of a percentage gained. SFJ just going and swinging because he can. Sailboat working from this longer angle. He's going to keep on firing shots into Lucio. But there is Hero Gaming up in the sky. Can he be the hero they need? Yes, he can. Is the short answer. He finished
Oh,
off
no, no,
Sailboat.
maybe not. Maybe not. Sailboat's back in.
And Genzo's going to win the Widow Duel. Farah Duel. It's impressive he wins the Widow Duel playing Farah. He's now looking for the opposing Widowmaker. Pexi then falls to Sailboat. And now Genzo is in your backline. And Genzo makes you gonzo.
And I think that's just going to be the first tick. That is going to
Washed
Up win their second game of the weekend in such a dominant fashion. They came online and it just never stopped. That is going to be our final map of the game. Washed Up win it 3-1 after an impressive showing from Mental Feeders on Lijiang Tower, but we all know control maps can sometimes act as a bit of a fluke in the long run, and it certainly did for Mental Feeders today. Everything seeming to work against them in those later maps.
It was definitely closer than a 3-1, but at the end of the day, Washed Up just managed to turn it on when it mattered the most and ended up winning the series.
Yeah, and Washed Up should be very proud of themselves, especially when they start next week, having completely destroyed both teams that they faced up against today. They're genuine contenders for the tournament title this season.
I mean, we've seen the most out of them, but what we've seen has been very, very good.
It really has. I think that's going to do it for today. That is going to be Mental Feeders versus Washed Up. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see the VOD for this video, or you want to see it again, or you just missed it the first time around, it's going to be posted on YouTube under Fruit Bowl Cast. That is Pear and I's personal channel. Go check it out. We definitely appreciate it. But for the meantime, I am Spherno, and I'm joined by Pear.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Adios.